Today's video, well, it's a series on the channel. I've got a bunch of Roald Dahl books, so it's a collection. I've got witches, I've got Matilda, I've got boy. Oh, yeah, boy. Here. And Matilda is upstairs, so we're going to be doing a little series of reading. So today's challenge, well, it's not a challenge really, but guess the book. I have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. If you guessed Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, you're right. Okay, you know my name, Elise, and my last name that I'm not telling. Elise. Okay. Introducing. Should we meet the other Roald Dahl? Do you know who Roald Dahl is? Lived in Cardiff. Okay, introducing Charlie Bucket, Mr. Willy Wonka, Augustin Gloop, Versica Salt, Violet Bedjika, the Oompa Loompas, Mike TV, and Roald Dahl, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Oh, there's 120. And 174 pages. Look how big the book is. There's that, and there's another page of chapters. This is a big book. Okay, here comes Charlie. These two very old people are the father and mother of Mr. Bucket. Their names are Grandpa Joe and Grandpa Josephine. And these two very old people are the father and mother of Mr. Bucket. Their names are Grandpa George and Grandma Georgia. This is Mr. Bucket. This is Mrs. Bucket. Mr. and Mrs. Bucket have a small boy whose name is Charlie Bucket. This is Charlie. How do you do? And how do you do? And how do you do again? He is pleased to meet you. 10 pages, I think. The whole of the family, 6 grown-ups, count them, and little Charlie Bucket live together in a small wooden house at the edge of the great town. There's the great town. We're on page 5 right now. The house wasn't nearly large enough for so many people, and live was extremely uncomfortable for them all. Three were only 2 rooms in the place altogether, and there was only one bed. The bed was given to the 4 old grandparents. They were so old and tired. They were so tired they never got out of it. Grandpa Joe and Grandpa Josephine. Grandpa Joe and Grandma Josephine. On the side, Grandpa George and Grandma Georgian. On the side, Mr. and Mrs. Bucket and little Charlie Bucket slept in the other room upon mattresses on the floor. It's the summertime. This isn't too bad, but in the winter, freezing cold drawers blew across the floor all night long, as it was awful. There wasn't any questions of the being able to buy a better house or even one more bed to sleep in. They were far too poor for that. Oh, that's a little bit sad. Carry on. Mr. Bucket was only the person in the family with a job. He worked in a toothpaste factory where he sat all day long at the beach and screwed the little caps onto the tops of the tubes of toothpaste after the tubes have been filled. But a toothpaste cap screwer is needed, never paid very much money, and poor Mr. Bucket, however hard he worked and however fast he screwed on the caps, was never able to make to buy one half of the things that so large a family needed. There wasn't even enough money to buy proper food for them all. The only meals they could afford were bread and margarine for breakfast. I don't know what margarine is. For breakfast. Boiled potatoes and cabbage for lunch and cabbage soup for supper. Sundays were a bit better. They all looked forward to Sundays because they all through had an exciting, the same everybody was allowed a second helping. The buckets of course didn't starve, but every one of them, the two old grandfathers were two old grandmothers, Charlie's father, Charlie's mother, and especially little Charlie himself, went about from morning till night with a horrible empty feeling in their tummies. Charlie felt it was worse than all, and all through his father and mother. Often went without their own share of lunch or supper, so that they could give it to him. It still wasn't nearly good enough for a growing boy. He is desperately wanted something more filling and satisfying. The cabbage and the cabbage soup. The one thing he lodged on more than anything else was chocolate. Walking to school in the morning, Charlie could see great slabs of chocolate piled in the high in the shop windows, and he would stop and press his nose against the glass, his mouth watering like mad. Many times a day, he would see other children taking bars of creamy chocolate out of their pockets and munching them greedily, and that, of course, was pure torture. Only once a year, on his birthday, did Charlie Bucket ever got a taste of a bit of chocolate. The whole family saved up their money for the special occasion, and when the great day arrived, Charlie was always present with one small chocolate bar to eat all by himself, and each time he received it on those marvellous birthday mornings, he would place it carefully in a small wooden box and owned as and treasure. Okay, I think we're going to be stopping there. Remember guys, page 7 tomorrow. We're going to be carrying on. Okay? Dead.